In the history of football, certain names echo with a power that transcends generations. They become legends, their stories told and retold, their skills analyzed and admired. Today, we're talking about one such name, a player who wasn't just great, he was a phenomenon. This is the story of Ronaldo Nazario, El Fenomeno, born in the vibrant, football-crazy city of Rio de Janeiro. Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima was destined for greatness. From the dusty streets of Bento Ribeiro, a humble suburb, his talent was undeniable. He was a kid with a ball permanently attached to his feet, a smile on his face, and a fire in his belly. His journey began like many Brazilian legends, in the fast-paced, tight-spaced world of football. This is where he honed his incredible close control, his lightning-fast footwork, and his instinctive ability to find the back of the net. It wasn't long before the bigger clubs took notice. At just 16 years old, Ronaldo made his professional debut for Cruzeiro Esporte Clube. The impact was immediate. In his single season there, he was nothing short of a goal-scoring machine, finding the net 44 times in just 47 games. The world was watching, and Europe came calling. At the tender age of 17, he made the monumental leap across the Atlantic to join PSV Eindhoven. In the Netherlands, for many young players, this transition is overwhelming. The new culture, the different style of play, the pressure it can break even the most promising talents. But Ronaldo wasn't just any talent. He adapted with astonishing speed, unleashing his unique blend of Brazilian flair and raw physical power on European defenses. In 2 seasons, he scored 54 goals in 58 appearances. He was no longer just a promising youngster. He was a global sensation. Then came the move that would cement his status as the best player on the planet. His transfer to FC Barcelona in 1996. What followed was, quite simply, one of the greatest individual seasons in the history of football. For one magical year, Ronaldo was an unstoppable force of nature. He scored 47 goals in 49 matches. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. You had to see it to believe it. He possessed a combination of skills that seemed almost unfair. He had explosive speed that left defenders trailing in his wake, a low center of gravity that allowed him to twist and turn with impossible agility, and a finishing ability that was both powerful and precise. He would pick up the ball in his own half and just run, shrugging off defenders, rounding goalkeepers, and slotting the ball home with a cool composure that defied his years. His goal against Compostela is the stuff of legend, a solo run of pure genius that had his own manager, Bobby Robson, holding his head in disbelief. In that single breathtaking season, he led Barcelona to the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Super Cup, and the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. The world had a new king, and his name was Ronaldo. His brilliance in Barcelona triggered a world record transfer to Inter Milan. In 1997, A at the time was the toughest league in the world, renowned for its tactical discipline and rock-solid defenses. But for Ronaldo, it was just another challenge to conquer. He was a nightmare for the legendary Italian defenders of that era. His powerful runs, his sudden changes of direction, and his clinical finishing were a puzzle they couldn't solve. He became the face of the league, a global icon who blended size, speed, and technical mastery like no one before him. In his first season, he was sensational, scoring 34 goals and leading Inter to victory in the UEFA Cup. The final against Lazio was a match capped with a signature goal where he feinted the goalkeeper into submission before rolling the ball into the empty net. He was at the absolute peak of his powers, a player who seemed to defy the very laws of physics. But it was here, in Milan, that his story took a tragic turn. The incredible strain his explosive style put on his body began to take its toll. In November 1999, he suffered a devastating knee injury. After months of grueling rehabilitation, his return to the pitch in April 2000 lasted only 7 minutes before he collapsed in agony, clutching the same knee. The injury was horrific, a complete rupture of the patella tendon. Many doctors feared his career was over. The world mourned the potential loss of a generational talent. What followed was a testament, not just to his skill, but to his spirit. For 2 years, Ronaldo fought. He endured painful surgeries and countless hours of lonely, arduous rehabilitation. It was a battle against his own body, against doubt, and against the predictions that he would never play at the highest level again. Then came the 2002 FIFA World Cup. His inclusion in the Brazil squad was a risk, a gamble on a player who had barely played for 2 years. But it was a gamble that paid off in the most spectacular fashion. This was not the same explosive Ronaldo of the 90s. The blistering pace was slightly diminished, but it had been replaced by something else. An even smarter, more efficient, and more determined predator. He carried Brazil on his shoulders, scoring in almost every game. He exorcised the demons of the 1998 final and led his nation to their 5th World Cup title. He finished as the tournament's top scorer with 8 goals, including both goals in the final against Germany. It was the greatest comeback story in sports history. Ronaldo wasn't just back, he was a world champion, standing on top of the world once more. His World Cup heroics earned him another blockbuster move, this time to Real Madrid, joining the legendary Galacticos team alongside Zinedine Zidane, Luis Figo, and David Beckham. At Madrid, his evolution as a player was complete. He was no longer the player who would run past 5 defenders. Instead, he became the ultimate number 9, a master of positioning, timing, and finishing. His instinct for goal was sharper than ever. He could be anonymous for 89 minutes, and then, in a flash, produce a moment of magic to win the game. He scored on his debut just seconds after coming on as a substitute. He won 2 La Liga titles and consistently finished as one of the league's top scorers. His hat-trick against Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Champions League was so good that he received a standing ovation from the entire stadium, a rare honor for an opposing player. He proved that even after his injuries, his class was permanent. Ronaldo's legacy extends far beyond the trophies and statistics. He redefined the striker position. Before him, you were either a target man or a small, quick poacher. Ronaldo was both, and so much more. He was big, strong, unbelievably fast, technically brilliant, and a lethal finisher with either foot. He created a new template for what a modern forward could be, inspiring a generation of players who came after him, from Thierry Henry to Zlatan Ibrahimovic to the current crop of superstars. But perhaps his greatest legacy is his resilience. He reached the highest imaginable peaks, fell to the lowest depths of injury despair, and fought his way back to the summit. He showed the world that talent is a gift, but character is a choice. He played the game with a joyous smile, an infectious love for the ball that reminded us all why we fell in love with football in the first place. He was powerful, yet graceful, devastatingly effective, yet beautiful to watch. He was a force of nature, a true one-of-a-kind. He was, and always will be, El Fenomeno. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look back at the career of a true legend, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the world of football. Let me know in the comments who your favorite player of all time is. See you in the next one.